Hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Anita.
Come join us as we attempt to through hike the Appalachian Trail
From Georgia to Maine
in 2023. So we left Burke's Garden Hostel and we're on our way, 6:15, and Brushy Mountain Outpost. We had a great time at the hostel. I'd recommend just going over there and staying a night. It's beautiful. I actually saw a falling star this morning when I woke up looking out the window.
Here we are almost to a shelter, and Mark is carrying a bag of something that he just carried all the way up the mountain. What is it?
It's sawdust. So the ATC puts out big blue barrels full of sawdust, and they ask the hikers to carry it to the next shelter where you deposit it near the privy, and every time you use the privy, you sprinkle a handful of sawdust onto the human waste. That helps it decompose faster. So anything to help out the ATC and all our fellow hikers. I carried it for 4.5 miles, and then I'd take the plastic bag and carry it to the next trailhead and deposit it in the next big blue barrel.
Very interesting. Good to know.
Well, look who we found on the trail. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Mark. So great to see you guys.
So this is Alan Wilder from Sunny Hills Church, and who are you walking with today?
I got my friend Milo. He's a big hiking buddy, so we hike just about everywhere. He's my really good friend. Yeah, and you guys are friends too. It's just great. I admire you guys both. Anita, you're just awesome.
Oh, gosh.
I'm just so proud of you for doing this. I know Mark's a marathoner, and you've marathoned, right?
7,
yeah. So you're a marathoner too. So you guys are adventurous, and I just admire that.
Well, thank you.
Well, we appreciate you coming out and joining us on the trail.
Well, we're about to go down some switchbacks and cross the creek, and then I've got some lunch for you, and I've got a special surprise for Anita.
Ooh.
Some Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And so I hope you'll enjoy that. Maybe that'll give you some energy to keep going the rest of the way today.
I'd say so.
Thank you, Alan.
You're welcome. Bye.
Good morning, everybody. It's April 25th, and we're walking towards Brushy Mountain Outpost. We're going to meet Jerry Scott for lunch, and Wendy Morrison, and Jerry. And also Tom Smith is going to bring us a resupply, so we're looking forward to that. While we're home in Wytheville, we switched out our summer gear, and that might have been a little bit too early because it was cold last night.
Below freezing.
Yeah. I kind of froze, and well, maybe some hand warmers that Wendy's going to bring will warm us up for the next couple days till we can get into some warmer weather. But just wanted to show you this beautiful view out on Brushy Mountain, looking over Bastion, Virginia. Look at that view, gorgeous. Just mountains and nature, and a couple little houses dotted in the valley. So this part of the trail, there was a fire. I believe it was in 2000, ate and kind of devastated quite a few acres in Bastion. But you can see the trees are starting to replant themselves and things are coming back to normal. Wow, we had a delicious cheeseburger and french fries and milkshake at the Brushy Mountain Outpost. Thanks to Jerry Scott and Tom Smith who treated us to lunch. And thank you, Kathy and Todd, who prepared it. That was a delicious meal. I'm glad that the Brushy Mountain Outpost is right next to the Appalachian Trail.
And thanks to Wendy and Jerry for driving all the way out, bring us a couple things and spend some time with us. And then Haley and her daughter that came with Jerry, we really enjoyed spending time with them. It's just a nice time, lunchtime.
All right, back to the trail. All right, we are crossing Kimberlin Creek and they have built a suspension bridge over the creek. It's a little bit wobbly, but it's in great shape. I think it might rock back and forth. There's Anita up there. I think Anita's gonna make it all the way across. And she didn't even need her trekking poles. Hey Anita.
What?
I got an idea.
What?
Let's go over to Trent's grocery store and get an ice cream.
Okay. Ice cream or candy bar?
Sounds good.
Uh-huh.
So we stopped by Trent's grocery store. We didn't get ice cream. I got a V8 for the vitamins and the candy bar. And Anita got something different.
Yeah, it's from Duchess Milk out of Roy Tree. They had the orange creamsicle milk. Oh my gosh, I drank the whole thing, 390 calories. I wouldn't drink the whole thing if I wasn't on the AT diet. But it was delicious, I have to say. And the candy bar, that's for later.
We took a little side trip about 0.3 miles off the Appalachian Trail and are camping down near Dismal Falls. And that way to the falls. So this is a great watering hole. If you want to just dip your feet in or bring the kids to go swimming. And it's right past Trent's grocery store. You can find this little swimming hole.
I know it's gonna be so cold.
Put it in there.
Oh gosh, it's really cold, really cold. Isn't this
You
supposed
gotta
to-
put your feet in there.
Isn't this supposed to be good for your feet?
It's supposed to be.
Oh, it's really cold. How many seconds?
As long as you can stand it.
It's really cold. Okay, you do it now.
So we've been hiking this morning from Dismal Falls, which was a mighty cold night, and woke up freezing. But we've been going through mostly laurels and stream crossings with bridges, and a come out at this beautiful pond in the middle of the woods. I think we'll stay and have a snack for a little while before we take off again. Check out this view. It's about mile 620 on the Appalachian Trail. And I don't know if you can see it, but through those trees there's Angel's Rest and Parisburg underneath. And the clouds are rolling in. Looks like a thunderstorm's coming. I think we're expecting to have showers at around 5 p.m. We're going to try to make it to Woods Hole Hostel and stay dry. All right, we're coming into Woods Hole Hostel. Some of us had to walk down the road to get to the hostel, while others got a ride in the car. I'm not saying any names, but she might be standing on the porch. Hey, today we're at milepost 626 on the Appalachian Trail, and we're staying at the Woods Hole Hostel. And we have Neville Harris, is that
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Neville Harris is the owner of Woods Hole Hostel. Tell me, how long have you been a hostel?
It's been a hostel since I was 7. My grandfather loved people. He suggested to my grandmother we should open our place up to hikers. My grandmother said, no, I don't want to do that. And my grandfather twisted her arm, and in 1986 was their first year, and they took care of about 5 or 6, maybe 7 or 8 hikers. And they loved it. So they came back in 1987. In 1987, when they came back, they came for a little bit longer of a season, but very, very, very sadly, my grandfather died during their stint of taking care of hikers. He died of a sudden heart attack. That is probably one of the reasons that this place propelled forward, because of his death here. That's kind of a magical moment in time. And my grandmother ended up deciding, you know, I'm going to keep coming and I'm going to keep running the hostel.
Well, it's a lovely place. It's actually a very old cabin in the woods. How old is it?
So this cabin that we're sitting in right now was built in 1880. The bunkhouse are logs that were cut in 1860 or so. I don't have an exact date.
So tell me, how is it being a hostel owner?
I always suggest people, it might fit. It's kind of through hiking, doesn't fit everybody. It might fit and it might not. And I like to suggest that people go work at a hostel first. You get to find out the dynamics of it. It's a very, very different lifestyle. It is not a 9-to-5 job. It's kind of like a 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week job. And
So you do some interesting stuff here at the hostel, like grow your own vegetables?
yeah, so this all spurs back to when I moved here in 2009. My ex-husband was a gardener, and so he looked at the land and he immediately started building a garden. And then with hikers, we knew that the hikers really loved food, and we knew it'd be fun to be able to sit down with people. So we kind of tied the idea of, and farm to table is definitely a concept that was growing then and is still growing now. And we just took that concept and just kind of tapped into it. The garden is, you have 18 beds up here, all raised beds, and you have about 10 beds down here. Between these 28 beds, the most successful thing I'm able to grow is salad and greens for cooking. But again, the salads, we can have huge salads night after night after night and fill plentiful people with salad. So it's a real asset.
So one last question. What's the most rewarding part of owning a hostel?
The most rewarding part is probably that every season is different. So I don't have a job that is throughout the year. I have a job that is staged. So there's one stage of the job. There's 4 seasons, you know. So there's 4 seasons to the job. Right now we're in the hunker down and really focus. Another stage is prepare. Another stage is rest. And so I get these long stretches where I really get to rest. But even when I'm resting, I'm still putting my mind towards making this place better. So this place and I are kind of married in a unique way.
Actually, I got one more question.
Please.
Do you have to be a hiker to stay here?
No, you don't have to be a hiker to stay here, but they also have to recognize that this is first and foremost a hostel on the Appalachian Trail. So first and foremost, you're going to enter an environment where we're catering to people who haven't showered for weeks. We're catering to a situation where it's constant turnover or not, depending on the season that people come in. But no, you don't have to hike in. You can drive, and we're not far from Wytheville, so.
Actually, it's very close to Parisburg.
Yeah, so Parisburg's there. So.
Is there anybody you'd like to say hi to on YouTube?
All the students that are in the classroom. I heard about you guys, and hi, I'm really happy for y'all. I hope you hike one day and come to Woodsville when you do.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye now. There are two things that I love on the trail. The first one is Butterfingers. I crave Butterfingers. They are delicious. And the second thing is having good friends meet us on the trail. Thank you, Dave and Joanna Schophocker. They came and visited us at Wood Hostel and spent the night, and we had a great dinner and breakfast together and brought us some supplies.
And they got to experience the hostel life, so that was really, really cool. And the Woods Hole Hostel was top-notch. I mean, right now it's my favorite. It was wonderful.
Neville does a great job.
Oh, yeah. Very warm and welcoming. It was a great place.
Great experience.
Yeah.